Shalom. First and foremost, let me give all praises to our Holy Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem HaKadosh, Kol Ha'olam Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem HaKadosh. That's in the ancient Hebrew, saying all praises to Yahweh in the name of Yahushai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the current name for the God of the Bible, for the world. Ignorantly calls, to reveal God or Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai, for the world. Ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh, and his son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. I want to give the honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to all the brothers and out there who speak this word in sincerity and in truth, to all that believe in this gospel. Shalom. Brothers are from Camp Jimmy, Jamaica, and as you can see, don't be an empty house, which is basically from this precept I was meditating on, from the book of Luke 11, verse 24. It says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and finding none. He saith, I will return unto my house whence I came out. And when he cometh, he findeth it swept and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh to him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in, and dwell there, and the last estate of that man is worse than the first. And let's break it down line by line. So it says, verse 24, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, and this is basically when we wake up to this truth, wake up to this truth and becoming that new man, right? Understanding who we are, we're Israelites, knowing who our poor, Yahweh, Son, Yahushai, right? Basically, we start to clean up our ways, and we had spirits in us. You see me? It says, he walketh through dry places. The spirit that was on us basically left. Because what? Basically, of the spirit of Yahweh should shine us, which is pure. So the evil spirit of leave. It says, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. He said, I will return unto my house whence I came. And when we was basically meditating upon this, I believe we watched a video actually, and I brought it out. Go on. In a second. I think it was this morning after a video. And, it should be like videos. This is it. Yeah, man. I remember my brother name. I think he name or Naisel or something like that. I'm butcher name. But check your grip on the crown. Brother's channel name is James in Rome, Lions and Fire. Right? Who's going basically going in and almost, fighting for a crown. Right? Well, my channel, the spirit is fight a good fight. All right. But he did read the scripture, meditate upon it. All right. And while thinking about it here, when it says the evil spirit says what? I will return unto my house whence I came out. And that's basically us. The spirit basically when you get, reproved or basically walk in that narrow path, right? The spirit actually come back. I try to come back, which remind me of you can call it a sequel. But it was what? Thing called Doctor Strange. There's a section there that says all the demons. And at times, even from my walk, we can feel some old, some old loss, if you will, right? Some old thoughts, like, oh shit, a long time them, thing happen, right? Come back and try to creep them way in, right? And remind me of this precept here when, let's see, in Luke chapter 4, when the devil came to tempt Yahushua, which actually came through his mind. right? It's not like there was a literal, entity. Well, no one's entity, literal man there walking around, you know, talking with the outside physical that you could see. It came through his mind to the thoughts, right? And I guess we're going to start up at top just to get up. But the main point is really highlighted verse year 13. So you are going. Let's start at 1. This is Luke 4, verse 1. And Yahushua, being full of the Holy Ghost, returned from Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, being 40 days tempted of the devil. And in those days he did eat nothing. And when they were ended, he afterward hungered. So he was basically fasting for 40 days. And that's when the thoughts came. That's when the devil came, the tempter. And the devil said unto him, If thou be the Son of God, command these stone that it may be made bread, which he had the power to do, right? So the devil basically, yo, do that now? Now feed yourself, well, where are you praying for? It says, And Yahushua answered him, saying, It is written, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of Yahweh, which I'm even reminded right now of the prayer testimony, with the Day of Atonement, where, spirits like say, yo, just get yourself a juice and stop killing off yourself, and they will come, and try to justify themselves, justifying demon. So, wrong, brother, if I do that, cause, and if you're younger and, you most not killer, whatever. I try if people quote precept, be not righteous over much in them, someday all things are not expedient, but it doesn't apply to the situation. And I was referring to the Day of Atonement, you know, right? So we do get those temptations as well, those thoughts that came to our mind, which is basically tempter, But if a house is empty, if we don't have the scripture, or if we don't fill with the spirit to battle these thoughts, as Yahushua did, then we're going to give in. And once you give in, when I say give in, I mean a whole entirety, like you start flock to the wicked ass doctrine and them and so forth, and basically forsake the ministry, right? Because the scriptures are righteous one for all 7 times. So we're not gonna be perfect at all points. But like for example, maybe during the feast of unleavened bread, you maybe take up something, not knowing I need it, slip easy me. All right, but that's where grace is. But if we find ourselves out there, right, not as the scripture says this, let me see if we can get it real quick. Because there's ways to battle, especially in these last days here when we don't know Satan upon a rampage. Think about verse 27. Or not. Hold on. This is Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 22. It says, Let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water, which is the word of the Most High. It is written, How shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed unto the word of the Most High. But how can you take heed of the word of the Most High? As it's written, Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Right? So you have to be occupied in prophecy. It says, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, no doubt. For he is faithful that promised. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking this assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. So as we see the day approaching, as we go to these last days, and the more supposed to even link up, you know, right? Tap into the spirit, like you're not even this is necessarily there physically among brothers, but tuning into the live streams, watching brothers' videos, definitely tuning into Yahushai by as was written in the book of I think is John. And 4 it says, abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can he except he abide in me. So you have abide in Yahushai, and he come what in the volume of the book. So it's all about staying tapped into the spirit, right? As if we don't do that, as we go back here now, you see me, right? The scripture say what? Right? Satan what? The spirit will return unto the host when I came, as it came, right? It says, and when he cometh, he findeth it swept and garnished. So him find it basically empty. Nothing not going on. House empty. And that's basically of us basically not laboring in this ministry. And also synonymous to the virgin will get the penny and he go bury, put in a napkin and bury. No trading, no activity taking place, no business. Right, so you have to be active in this truth. It says, then goeth he and take it to him 7 other spirits, more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last estate of that man is worse than the first. Because what? You go find more demon, the spirits them that were basically in us. If we're supposed to allow them to come back, not basically active in this ministry dead, as we can see for the individuals that follow to the truth. Them like, yo, the fuck? He's even personally know, what was a brother, right now, literally mad, right? So it's even more spirits. He was spiritual, say, I had a fight. Versus the one was there that previously, right? And they're saying this, you're terrifying if you know, say, yo, Nephilim need to stay in that spirit, right? Because the devil, yeah, when we come to this ministry, them cut, is in, but them will come back. And when they come back, if them find we empty, not basically tapped into the spirit, naked out there, then you might go team up. You see me? Or find me or find ourselves giving into some wayward doctrine. And that's horrifying. Right? So let's stay tapped in you, let's stay prayed up, right? Pray and fast, and do a certain give diligence to make your carnal election sure. Right? So just to read the point that I wanted here in Luke 4. Let's see. Luke 4, verse 5. It said, the devil taking him up into an high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will I give it. If thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written. So each time Yahushua come back with what? Precept. But in order to do this, we have basically have it in us. It says, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God. This is his name Yahweh. It says, and him only shall thou serve. And he brought him to Jerusalem and set him on a pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down from hence. For it is written, he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee. So see it, that's that good precept now. And we have those thoughts in our mind, those battles, when precept come to mind. But does it apply to the situation? We'll use precepts to judge that. It says, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, it is said, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. So another precept Yahushua used a battle to start. Verse 13, and when the devil had ended all the temptation, so bombardment, tempting him, the tempter, he departed from him for a season. For a season, indeed, for our back. Because there's an account in Matthew where said the devil could. But I wanted to get here because it's actually stated for a season. Right? So we go always be tempted while we're here in this flesh. Because that's his tempter's job and him no rest. Right? So at times you might feel some old thoughts, some old wicked ass craving or desire or lust here. But we have to stay tapped into spirit so we can stay active to fight. This is Luke chapter 22, verse 31. It says, and the Lord said, Yahushua, that's his name, say, Simon, Simon, behold, and Simon is what? It's Peter, the head of the church. Same went for you, Satan went for Yahushua, go off for Simon, the head of the church. Over say we. Behold, Satan had desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. And I think there's one who says sift as wheat or something like that. I don't remember exactly the wording, but the precept will basically say, you go back to agitation to the point of overthrow. So at times here in our school may be agitated. Like scripture say what? Be angry and sin not. Also select not the sun go down in the wrath. So sometimes we might in some situation, we get agitated to make we act out a character. And then even thoughts of justification of the wickedness way basically the devil or the tempter want us to commit. Verse 32, but I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy virgin. So Yahushua prayed for Peter here. Must when you're converted, strengthen your virgin, because they here for each other, iron sharpening iron. So at times you might even see Satan and make off our brother. And so our duty is to yo, bro. You see me? Right? And you have a prayer for them as well, for them to get strength. Because we all need it. We all go through the fire. This is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant. And a part of remember I always never call it coming on a butchite. But there was this movie with this individual, basically this Satan actually then this virgin and he basically upon death sentence, but him can get plea if the psychologist come in, make him found insane, insanity, then of course him can kill him, put him on a death sentence. But in the movie it was saying like it must like grown too. And he said the psychologist said I never know we're fighting. You see, that's why you lost or you're losing. So it's going to be sober, be vigilant. So it's all about being knowingness and knowing is off the battle. So we have to know the wiles of the devil. As it's written, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, because it get revealed unto us by power, emotion, or shy. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And sometimes in this by even jumping upon individuals, they try to get us out. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. So the same thing I go through, the same trial that every brother I go through it. It's maybe different scenarios, but the same spirit tempting. Last precept I have on deck here is Ephesians 6 verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahushua Shai, that he may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, trickery of the devil, and coming at times cunning. Majority of the time in our thoughts, make us thinking that we are thinking these things, for battle them. Justify, basically, you have a justification demon as well. making we think we are right when we are wrong. Maybe we have to stay active in the spirit. Pray for the spirit of being active in the spirit. An idea is all I give from the Most High. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Shai, that he may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth." You know, truth is what the word, sanctify them through that word is truth. "And having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith." Are the main ingredients, yeah. Faith, believing, regardless of the situation we're in, believing in our power Yahweh Shai that he will come through. And even that he's a merciful power. God, times we going to go off and see it and the thought then come and say, see the art, don't fuck up, just continue. Is him, what's the point? You know, I'll get saved. You know, that one demon itself, you have to cut him hard. Right? It says taking the shield of faith, off of us believe, yo. Says, "Wherein he shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked." And one of the and I've seen that you come off of me too. You know, yes, they would always me spirit like fuck. And I've seen that you're drifting. Right, when I have to shake up, get up and shake that off and move on. You know, pressing onto that mark is written. Righteous man fall 7 times and get it back up, yo. Beginning those according to precept, of course. I also say forgetting those things that are behind, press towards the mark. At times after that, yo, don't make your sins weigh you down. I've seen that happen on brothers and see you on me. You say, oh shit, that's how that feel. When that tempter come, you fuck up. Alright, then you can't get saved. What I do? That waste of time. Those are thoughts. We don't put them in our mind of a fight. Those are some of the fiery darts of the wicked. "And take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai." Praying always after the main thing, you're keeping that spiritual connection. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. So praying for each other as well. "And for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel." You know, so pray for even our apostles, pray for brothers, you know, stand bold for this ministry and keep into the fuckery. Yo, time of hell is coming. We're going to be persecuted for this ministry. The laws of the may endure, yo. Is it? But I just listen to but it's edifying to like out there. Of course, give it all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai Shem Kakodash. Hallelujah, Yahweh Shem Shai Shem Kakodash. The honors unto the elders and apostles of great amongst them. And shalom to the full like shalom.